A New York judge has partially granted a petition from the Pirates of the Caribbean star to determine if Heard donated the entirety of her $7 million divorce settlement to the American Civil Liberties Union and to Children's Hospital Los Angeles as she pledged. Johnny Depp isn't being boycotted, he's a powerful man with options. As a result of the ruling, the ACLU must release documents that confirm whether or not Heard followed through on the donation promise, which has become a point of contention in the former couple's legal saga. Mr. Depp is most gratified by the court's decision, Depp's attorney Benjamin Chu said in a statement to USA Today. USA Today has reached out to Heard's attorney and to the ACLU for comment. In November, Depp lost a libel lawsuit in London against the publisher of The Sun tabloid, which had labeled him a wife-beater in a 2018 headline after Heard accused him of abuse in Los Angeles in 2016 as they were ending their short, volatile marriage. The case pitted Depp against a powerful tabloid and its editor, with Heard as their star witness. In March, Depp was refused an appeal after his lawyer Andrew Caldecott argued that Heard's donation pledge was a calculated and manipulative lie that tipped the scales against Mr. Depp from the very beginning. Caldecott also alleged one of Heard's intended charitable beneficiaries, Children's Hospital Los Angeles, wrote to Depp's business advisor in 2019 saying Heard had not made any payments. Lawyers for The Sun's publisher rejected the arguments in court in March, saying Heard did not lie about the donations because she was pledging to pay the sums over 10 years. She had made a number of payments already in pursuance of these pledges, said Adam Wolanski, representing News Group newspapers. The High Court ruling came after a 3-week circus-like trial in July, during which Depp and Heard both took the stand and both were damaged by lurid testimony about drinking, drug use, fighting, and room trashing. The judge ruled that the great majority of Heard's claims of abuse, as presented by the tabloid's publisher in its defense, were mostly true. Proceedings now moved to Virginia, where a separate case arose after Heard published a column in the Washington Post in December of 2018, proclaiming herself a victim of domestic abuse and suggesting, without actually using his name, that Depp was the alleged abuser. 3 months later, Depp filed a lawsuit in Fairfax County, where the Post is printed, seeking $50 million and accusing his ex-wife of defaming him with hoax allegations of domestic abuse. Heard shot back by filing more than 300 pages of documents in Virginia, expanding on the abuse allegations she lodged against Depp during their divorce in 2016, claiming Depp regularly beat her up before she married him in 2015 and continued to do so during their 18-month marriage. In her Virginia filing, Heard attached multiple pages of photos of herself with bruises on her face, scars on her arm, and hair allegedly torn from her head, plus pictures of wrecked rooms, broken glass, and overturned furniture that she says Depp inflicted on their home. She included screenshots of dozens of text messages describing these incidents at the time and excerpts of her divorce deposition describing shocking abuse. But Depp went a step further in the Virginia case in May of 2019, saying that while mixing prescription amphetamines and non-prescription drugs with alcohol, Heard hit, punched, and kicked me. She also repeatedly and frequently threw objects into my body and head, including heavy bottles, soda cans, burning candles, television remote controls, and paint thinner cans, which severely injured me. As evidence, he submitted a photo of his black and puffy eyes and scratches. The actor also detailed an alleged attack by Heard 1 month after their marriage in Australia during his described efforts to get Heard to sign a post-nuptial agreement. Depp said the conversation resulted in the severing of his fingertip from a shattered glass bottle thrown by his then-wife. A British court on Thursday refused Johnny Depp permission to appeal a judge's ruling that he assaulted ex-wife Amber Heard. 2 Court of Appeal judges said the Hollywood star cannot challenge the High Court's rejection of his libel lawsuit against publisher of The Sun newspaper for labeling him a wife-beater in an article. The justices, James Dingemans and Nicholas Underhill, said the earlier court hearing was full and fair, and the trial judge's conclusions have not been shown even arguably to be vitiated by any error of approach or mistake of law. They concluded that the appeal has no real prospect of success and that there is no other compelling reason for it to be heard. High Court Justice Andrew Nicol ruled in November that allegations against Depp made in an April 2018 article were substantially true. The judge ruled that Depp, 57, assaulted Heard, 34, on a dozen occasions and put her in fear of her life 3 times. Lawyers for Depp argued at a court hearing last week that Depp hadn't received a fair hearing and that Heard was an unreliable witness. As evidence of her unreliability, they claim that Heard hadn't kept her promise to donate her $7 million divorce settlement to charity. The appeals judges said it was pure speculation and in our view very unlikely that the fate of the divorce money influenced Judge Nicole's decision. It is clear from a reading of the judgment as a whole that the judge based his conclusions on each of the incidents on his extremely detailed review of the evidence specific to each incident, they said. In an approach of that kind, there was little need or room for the judge to give weight to any general assessment of Miss Heard's credibility. The High Court ruling came after a 3-week trial in July in which Depp and Heard gave conflicting accounts of their brief, tempestuous marriage. During the trial, Depp acknowledged wide-ranging drug problems but accused Heard of making up abuse allegations and insisting he was not a violent person, especially with women. His lawyers argued that the allegations in The Sun caused serious harm to the actor's reputation and significant distress and embarrassment. In the wake of the ruling, Depp said he was leaving the Fantastic Beasts film franchise after Studio Warner Bros. Requested his resignation. Depp is also suing Heard for $50 million in Virginia over a Washington Post op-ed essay that she wrote about domestic violence. The trial in that case was recently delayed until April of 2022. The British judge in Johnny Depp's losing libel case has refused him permission to appeal the ruling that he beat ex-wife Amber Heard, saddling the Pirates of the Caribbean actor with an $840,000 legal bill. But under British civil law, Depp can still apply directly to the Higher Court of Appeal and has until December 7th to do so. USA Today reached out to members of Depp's legal team for comment. Depp was the loser earlier this month when Judge Andrew Nicole rejected Depp's claim that the Sun tabloid newspaper libelled him when it labeled him a wife-beater in a headline. Nicole said the article in The Sun was substantially true after the tabloid called Heard as its star witness to testify about more than a dozen episodes during which she said Depp abused her physically. Depp is seeking to overturn the judgment. In a ruling made public Wednesday, Nicole denied permission to appeal, saying, "I do not consider that the proposed grounds of appeal have a reasonable prospect of success."